So this week's project is going to be continuing with the clouds. We're getting a little bit more complex now. We're going to do a three-color cloud, of yellow, red, and blue, and it's going to be done in layers. So I'm going to start with the yellow and the oranges, and then we're going to dry it completely, and we'll come back in with the blues and then some final touch-ups. So it should be interesting. Great. I want to work on today is a sunset. Once again doing it wet and wet, but I think I'm going to do it in 2 layers. I've been experimenting around with this and not entirely successfully doing it all in one fell swoop. This time I'm going to do it in 2 layers. The first layer is going to have just the yellows and oranges. Then we'll let it dry, and then we're going to come back and introduce the blues. So take this. Now this is my new gamboge with a little tiny bit of quinacridone rose in it. And let's just do this whole area right there. Bring it up on the side of there. Just sort of looking for where, when the 2 colors mix together, what kinds of things might happen. We're not going to have any bright blues pretty much anywhere. Maybe down here in the bottom, this could be a little bit lighter blue, and maybe this little streak right in here, we can lighten that up just a little bit so when the blue goes in, it looks a little lighter. Can't control all of this, so I'm going to paint maybe down to about there. Let's take this down to the top of that one. And what's going to have to happen is it's going to have to grade down into where the yellows and the oranges come into here. But let me just sort of start at the top. I've got this on a little bit of a slant, so it's going to start running it downwards. And then it's going to hit those yellow areas, and I can just sort of stop and not paint around them just a little bit like we were when we were doing the just delicate, just a little light shift. And let's see, so we're not real far up into this picture. Let's go ahead and try a little bit of this. I'm just wanting to sort of make some uneven patterns here with those leaves. I'm going to come in with a sponge as well, I think. But I just want to sort of, what am I doing here with these? Now this is my little V. Oh yeah, this is working pretty nice. So this is a sponge that's got a lot of little hairy edges on it. It's a sea sponge. You can find them in the ceramics department of your art store. Sometimes off of this relatively straight. They do branch out, become smaller. And so if you want to be at all accurate about your trees, you really should look at them a little bit before you start and go, how are they really formed? What does this tree look like? How are the branches? Ends it down a little bit. So I think we've got that done. Didn't take long, did it?